On day one of the on-site and in-person talks and seminars at the 2022 Stockholm World Water Week, a special talk was held on the importance of groundwater as a natural resource around the world. Southern African Development Community Technical Advisor for Groundwater Management, Kevin Pietersen, was a speaker during the event, and afterwards we caught up with him on the importance of groundwater as a resource in Southern Africa particularly.
It's a very unutilized resource in the region. I think most of the Southern African region use only about 5% of the groundwater resources, while in South Africa we don't really know, but we think it's around 15 to 20% of available groundwater resources that we use. So there's much opportunity for the use, or let's use the word sustainable use of ground. So certainly the Karoo aquifer system has got potential to supply water to many communities, and it does. It does supply water to many communities. The issue is that it's a highly sensitive resource. You need to manage it very, very closely. You need to have monitoring systems in place. If you don't have that, you run the risk of depleting the groundwater system. I think Beaufort West is probably the best example of that, where the borehole levels drop because of over-abstraction of the resource. It's not really the resource that is an issue, it's how the people use the resource, how they pump the resource, and what the implications of that is.
Okay.
I think the whole issue of water resilience is a highly relevant topic, and it speaks to that people basically firstly understand what the thresholds of abstraction is. I think it's also important that they look at different water resources and they maximize the use of the resources. Now the best option is always, or the number one go-to option is always water conservation and drought management. How can we use the resource optimally, and how can we use the resource to the benefit of people in communities without compromising its environmental functioning and value. So my suggestion is that people seriously consider conjunctive use. How do you use the resource in a manner that conjunctively with surface water resources, but also look at issues of water reuse, look at issues of desalination, and how that all fits into the water mix. What we found in Cape Town, for example, because, and now also in Nelson Mandela Bay metropolitan area, is the whole issue of a reliance on a single resource. And if you have problems there, basically you then have issues of water supply to your jurisdictions.
Thank you, Mr. Pietersen. Stay tuned for more updates from the 2022 Stockholm World Water Week as the week goes on. Goodbye for now.